for multiple years, man. Like I
Yeah,
don't think
exactly.
people realize that like after after a year or two, I don't think so. No. It's got to be really like I see some of these YouTube couples, like most of them, like they've been dating since 4 to 5 years. Most of them been dating since high school. And I was just kind of like, for them, I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like, damn, just put a ring on it now. Like y'all, they've obviously been. That's it, man. No, this shit, you
Yeah,
gonna
really.
have your ups and downs. Like it, nobody's saying that you're not gonna struggle. Of course, you're gonna struggle. That that's the point. That's the point
Hmm.
of why you have them because it's kind of you're gonna have your agreements. You're gonna have your disagreements. But if we don't talk about it, then I don't. We're not getting anywhere as a
Yeah.
couple. We're not
And
improving as a couple. We're not getting better as a couple. That's kind of like a wider thing. It's kind of like let's talk. Let's sit down and have a conversation, an
mhm.
adult conversation. Like it's and so like and it's just sad because just kind of like where does the loyalty lie? You know, where does the loyalty lie? I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine. I think through FaceTime a couple months ago, and he was telling me how he had these two girls. One of them he's been dating for I think for a couple months. Yeah, he was dating for a couple months, and then he had this other girl in which he had feelings for, but he kind of like was hiding it in the past, and he was like putting it past beside him. And so he was asking me, I'm like, you asking me for advice about dating? I'm single. I don't know about any of that. Like, I'm not no relationship therapist. Like, that's not my experience. Like,
Mhm.
that's not me. But I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, what I think you should do. And so I was asking him, it's kind of like, okay, so would you rather be like now? How long you been with that person matters too. Now, is that it's
Mhm.
not no on accident that you've been together with a couple months. But I'm gonna ask him, it's kind of like, are you happier with the person you're dating, or are you happier, or were you happier with the person that you had feelings for, but you kind of let this to the side and decided to be friends?
Okay.
And he was kind of like, I don't know, man. And I kind of said, okay, I'll do you one better. When you're with that person, does she make you happy? And with that other person, why doesn't she make you happy? Like, which one brings you happiness? Like, which girl you kind of go to and you hang out with, and you're like, man, I like you just like in surreal and just kind of like the chemistry and the vibe that we have together. Like, which girl provides that for you? Which girl brings you joy? Which girl brings you happiness? Like, which girl does that? And so, like, then I had to ask him. It was kind of which girl that you know that you're with. Every time that you're with that girl, y'all are always gonna be laughing, or you're always gonna be just in a great mood, or you're always gonna know, like, whenever I'm with her, like, there's nothing negative going on. That we're great. That there's nothing boiling. That everything is just steady, and
Mhm.
and that's always just like the thing, man. It's just kind of like it's okay to leave a girl that you were just dating for a couple months, but you kind of feel like I, I'm not happier. I'm not happy when I'm with you. Um, I was happier with a person who I had feelings for, who was a friend, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll go with you now. Why? Because we just click. We just like
Mhm.
when you have that chemistry with someone, like you just know, but you have to build it and develop it over time, man. Like it takes time. Trust. Trust is
Yeah.
like a big thing with relationships. Like that's one of the key things in relationships. Like building that trust over and over time with your significant other is usually, and that's why most of the time like married couples, like that's why married couples go like 30 years. That's why a lot of couples go like 10, 12, 15 years because like you still got that love, trust, and you still got that loyalty towards each other. You
Yeah.
still treat each other like with the respect. And it was just kind of like, yeah, like like when I get to that point of it's kind of like, yeah, I'm seeking for marriage. Yeah, I'm seeking for kids. Like you gotta pray for your significant other, man. Like you know how you I don't know
Mhm.
how they say it, but like by death do you part, and like through sickness and through health, and through loss and through joy, and through this and through
Mhm.
that. Like no matter what, you're gonna have each other's back, And I was just kind of like, yeah, I do. And when you say I do, when you say I do, you better say I do now. Don't be saying that I do just
Yeah.
because you want to, like the
Yeah,
guy,
you gotta
the
mean
guy
it.
making you say it, but you gotta say it for real. And I think when it comes to that time, I'm kind of gonna know. It's kind of like, yeah, I do, I do. I'm just gonna be that supporting, funny. Well, I don't consider myself. Man, do you think I'm funny? Honestly,
Man, you can be funny sometimes. I'm
I,
telling
yeah, I can't act like a clown sometimes, but I don't consider
you.
myself funny though. Like I'll say a joke that's funny. I'll say a joke that's funny, but I don't think, in my opinion, that it was funny as I said it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can be funny every once in a while, So it's kind of like to bring a smile to people's face. But yeah, I think it's kind of like man, you're not gonna be getting married at 20. You're not going to be getting married at 22. You're not going to be getting married at 20. Like, I think the back half of your 20s, like 25 and through, that's when I think you're going to be a lot more. Obviously, you're going to be you're still going to be a little kid, then kid like, but you're going to be in a better place. So I know what I'm expecting, and I know what I want, and I know what I'm seeking. But all that matters is the key thing is your happiness. Because if you're not happy, then there's no point in having a relationship if you're not happy. If you're not happy at all, if you're not happy with how things are going, then talk with the person at the top, and the person ain't understanding, and just leave, just move on. Because I've seen some relationships where it's
Yeah.
kind of like the other individual is miserable, and that's kind of like, that's no relationship, man. Just end things. Just end things. Just leave things alone. Just move on, and just like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's just it. So it it's love is love is crazy. Love is crazy, and I've I
It's
haven't like I said,
complicated.
I haven't dated in a minute. It's powerful. It's tricky. It's crazy. Like, it's love is just in its own, and in its own. Sometimes you don't know until
Yeah.
you see. Like, I know one thing. It's kind of like, I'd rather be with a person that I know every time I hang out with that person, I'm always gonna be laughing. Like, every time we have a conversation after, I'm always gonna be happy. Oh my God, he brought a smile to my face. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's like that. Those interactions, man. Those interactions are just go a long way. And so, like,
Right.
I say, you just gotta, like, you can't get married to a person after a year or two of dating. Like, it's gotta be 3, 4 years, 5 years too. And then for that one, it's just a matter of like, hey man, just put a ring on it. Then it's just a matter of like, when you gonna put a ring on it. So
Yeah.
that's when. And then most of the time they say no too, because they're not ready. And it's kind of like, they gotta take you a little bit longer. And
Yeah.
then like I said, it's tricky. It's tricky, but like I said, you got to make sure that a girl's gonna leave if you don't put a ring on it. Now, if you've been together for a couple of years, but you didn't put no ring on it, you know, that's when it's gonna get tricky. And the time that I was kind of like, man, I wanted to be in this timeline. Now she's bringing it up a lot earlier than I expected, but I said, it's a risk. It's a big risk to, like, because at
It's
the end of the day, you're trying to get what you want. You're trying to get that
yeah.
happiness, and it can be tricky in and of its own. But you always gotta prioritize that. And most of the time, sometimes people are just better single, and that's fine. You don't want to be with someone else. You don't want to have those interactions with someone else. You just want to be on your own. Hey, grind. You know, stay true to yourself. Be happy, and that's fine. But I'm kind of like looking for that other partner. I'm kind of looking for that other person to be with me. Like, I'm not. I don't want to be single forever. Like, I honestly don't. I like kind of look at myself. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't. I'm trying to have kids. I'm trying to be a dad. Like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
have all that in the future. So
You can't rush it. It takes
yeah,
time.
it takes a lot of time. So yeah, I haven't dated in a minute, but I don't know when I'm gonna jump on that game. But I don't know. It's just kind of like, and you kind of learn and see it, but you gotta experience it first. So I'm just kind of jotting it down right now, and then when that time comes for having a relationship, then that's when I know.
And when the time comes, you're ready for it.
Yeah, you just gotta be ready for it at the end of the day. So, right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like most of these people just like man, after 3 years, I see him for me. I'm like, no, gotta have patience. I'm like, after 5 years, you got no. Hey, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, and then you gotta
Yeah.
wait for the right time to put the ring on it. That's when you gotta after like you've been dating for 3+ years. Then it's kind of like a matter of like, okay, when are you gonna put a ring on it? When you know it's kind of like, yeah, I see this as my future wife, as the mother of my kids, as this is it. So it's like I said,
Yeah.
Doc,
Listen.
I'm not no therapist. I'm not no
Yeah.
relationship therapist. I'm not any of that. I'm not even qualified. I didn't get no degree and so on and so forth. I'm just telling you what you should do and how you should do it. And I'm just pretty much how to do it because it's just kind of like a lot of people rush with relationships. Kind of like relationships are not rushed. Relationships are developed. Like those early months of you dating are kind of like that experiment test. It's an experiment test, and it turns out that experiment over time, especially them science experiments that we always used to do. Like those chemistry and trust that stuff takes time to build. That
Yeah.
stuff takes time to build. It's not built overnight. Trust, especially going into workers. Trust, especially for professionals. Trust, especially when you go to work and so stuff like that. Trust is built over time. It's not built after a day. It's not built after different things. So it's look, man. I ain't no therapist now. I ain't none of that. I'm just telling you what I think you should do in the direction of how you should do it. So.
You actually sound like you've been dating, man.
No, some of these dudes out here just sometimes be doing it wrong, man. I'm kind of like, why are you dating? Why don't you say single? I'm kind of like this person, just say single, man. You ain't gotta date for right now. Especially
First
through,
of all, you shouldn't date because other people are dating. You have to
yeah,
date when
that's stupid. And there's legitimately people who do that. I'm kind of like, that's stupid. You, no one is forcing you to do anything. Like I think people gotta realize, hey, no one is forcing you to date. Yeah, like just because you see your other friend dating, that don't mean you gotta date. Because who knows? After 3 weeks, he might be done. He or she might be done with their relationship. Then it might be over
yeah,
because it's kind of like, oh, so you're done with her? It's kind of like, yeah, man, it just didn't work, right? So
moving on
it's
to the next one.
yeah, moving on to the next one. Like, nah, man, you ain't gotta do that. You just gotta know where you are in your life, pretty much. So it just that. Like, damn, they're saying LeBron has been diagnosed with a high right ankle sprain and will be out indefinitely. They say he'll be out indefinitely, so he might be out a couple
Yeesh.
weeks. Oh
Damn.
my gosh, the Lakers are
How are the Lakers gonna
screwed.
be?
Oh my, it might be a couple weeks. Oh no.
Bro, watch Kuzma drop 30 in each game.
AD ain't there either. I don't think people are forgetting. Like AD ain't there either. So
Yeah.
two of their top players are not going to
They,
be
they,
there.
these players are gonna have to step up.
Oh, what the heck? Wow. That's crazy. But I kind of looked at that video a couple times. I kind of thought that was dirty, low-key from Solomon Hill, but I don't think he meant any intentional harm and so stuff like that. So, but whew, Lakers gonna be struggling.
Oof.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
LeBron and Embiid are on that same MVP. They're gonna be on that same MVP ladder.
Yeah.
They both gonna be out for a couple weeks, and now their teams are gonna be testing to see how they are. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna see who the real MVP is now. I still
There
think
might be
it's
someone new
Embiid.
coming up.
Hmm? Wait, what?
I said there might be someone new coming up. Like who knows? Like maybe Dame is gonna
Yeah,
step up.
Dame might rise up the rankings. Jokic, Harden is still in the mix there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still gonna be LeBron and Embiid 1 and 2, but like it's just pretty much like the top five. Now we're gonna see now who gonna be the MVP now. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
guarantee you, man, either they're both gonna struggle or they're both gonna succeed, or one of them is gonna fall, one of them is gonna succeed. So now if they're struggling, if one of the teams is struggling, then it's gonna show how their MVP performance is going down. It's gonna show it's kind of like no, actually their MVP case is gonna go up because it's kind of like oh, it proves that they need me. They need me. But I feel like low key the Lakers might lose a couple more games. So I feel like
Yeah.
LeBron's gonna be MVP though because like and with the Sixers they're in the East, so like it's fine in the East. Like within like they can lose 5 games in a row, but they'll be fine. And the West, not in the West. And in the West, you can go from being the first seed to being the seventh seed in a matter of 3 days, and that's a matter of
Yeah.
how you
Yeah.
play. So I think LeBron value is gonna show quickly because, like, man, there's gonna be some extra pressure on what is it, Alex Caruso, Taylor Horton Tucker,
Kuzma.
KCP, Kuzma. Man, it's gonna be interesting. Lakers, don't be surprised if the Lakers lose the next couple of games because
Yeah.
I don't know when LeBron's gonna be out. It's gonna be interesting now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying LeBron's
Only
gonna be out indefinitely.
for the next game.
Indefinitely kind of means like an extended period of time that he's gonna be gone. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of how many games.
Yeah.
Is the Lakers have in the next 5 games, the Lakers have the Suns, the Pelicans, the Sixers, the Cavaliers, the Magic. They might go 0-5. Like the Sixers and Pelicans and the Suns, they might lose. They might be on a 4-game losing streak. Shoot. Yeah. LeBron got to come back soon. I don't know
Yeah.
how.
I mean,
I don't know.
gotta hope for the
Yeah.
best.
No, they'll be fine, man. Especially home court
Yeah.
advantage, especially doesn't really matter this year because, like especially we don't know if there's obviously we don't know if there's gonna be capacity. Like, is there gonna be a lot of fans in the building? So seating won't really matter. But I think if you're the Lakers, I don't think it was inevitable. Obviously, it's not inevitable for both guys to get hurt. I hate that. But I think if you're the Lakers, this kind of came at like the best time. So I think they need both of them guys healthy and good to go. AD's been out. AD's been out. They're probably gonna probably play AD in May. Not May, probably next month in April. Like with LeBron now, how long is LeBron gonna be out? So that LeBron had remember in is it 2018? Like the Rockets played the Cavs. LeBron rolled his ankle. Man,
Yeah.
LeBron just tied it up real quick, and then on the next possession after, he dunked on Trevor Ariza, and then he played it off like it was nothing. So
Yeesh.
LeBron might miss like a couple of games, but I guarantee you, he's gonna come. He's gonna come back soon. He is going to come back sooner rather than later because the Lakers might really
Yeah.
struggle. So Anthony Davis, you got to keep his glass self, and they got to keep him getting him healthy. But yeah, just gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting to see how many games he's gonna miss. But indefinitely,
Yeah.
next couple of games he ain't playing, man. And they're gonna decide how many games he's gonna play. But yeah, I mean this. Yeah, I mean think about it though. It's just like relationships, especially over high school, college, then you get into real life, and then those are great. If you build those through high school, by the time you get to
Yeah.
college, especially dealing with the long distance relationship, if y'all even on the same campus, that's
Oh
great.
yeah.
But if you're dealing with that long distance, it's really interesting when you know you're not going to be meeting that person like you did almost every day in high school. So
Yeah. It's true.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but yeah. Hey, I ain't no therapist. There are therapists out there though. There are relationship therapists out. There's a therapy for everything. Like There's
Honestly,
therapy for everything these
yeah.
days. So it'd be some crazy people getting therapy for crazy reasons. But hey, I ain't no therapist now, but I'm gonna just tell you what you need to do, and then just move on from there. But yeah, it's just toxic relationships. I've never been a part of them, but I can just tell you, it's I don't ever want to get it to a point where it gets toxic, but like it gets really bad. I
Hmm.
really don't. I really hope I don't have that. I don't
I'm
think it's
not
gonna
planning
get
on
that
having
bad.
that either. So,
Yeah. So you just gonna handle it like adults and move on. I don't ever want it to get to the
yeah,
point to where it gets that bad because I don't see it that way. So
it shouldn't get that bad.
toxic? Really? I don't know about toxic. It's there have been people here that have been dating and their relationship was really toxic. Like it was really bad. I was kind
Hmm.
of like, damn, you having that relationship? Like, yeah, it can change a person though. Like, especially like breakups really help. It really helps you be aware of what you want next time and what and how things ended. So, like
Yeah.
breakups obviously, like especially when people break up, I'm kind of like, man, when you break up, don't head into another relationship so soon. Like mentally, you're
Hmm.
gonna be worn out so much from the last relationship. Man, take a couple months to yourself.
Yeah.
Like really focus on yourself, and then if you want to go date again, go again. But you mentally just take a couple months. Don't don't stress yourself out so much because
Yeah. Don't
then you're
rush
gonna
it.
be ready for another heartbreak. Your heart gonna be broke again, and then it's gonna be more sadness, and there's gonna be more heartbreak, and then you don't want that. I want every relationship to be successful, but if you're not supposed to be with that person, then just one. If you're not happy, then either talk. Don't end off things. If you're not happy, don't end off things. Talk first, and then if you see that there's no solution, then just move on. Now, if she's acting
Yeah.
toxic, that's a different story. That's when it gets really bad. So, but handle it like adults. Handle it like adults.
Yeah.
So, ain't no therapist though. Gotta keep saying that to people. I ain't no therapist. I ain't
Yeah.
therapist. Yeah, therapeutic. Right? Nah. Therapist? Nah, I ain't no therapist. Ain't gonna be no therapist. I will listen though. I will give the best advice possible. Because even though I'm not in that position, I'm gonna tell you what you should do. And then
Yeah.
hopefully the results that you get, maybe you don't get them, but it's kind of like you kind of, you kind of, ah, you kind of get to that point. But, hey, you just gotta follow your heart, man. When you know you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be with her, but you're supposed to be with someone else, hey, you just know. You just know instantly just how quick they are. It's just kind of like, I'm with you. Ugh. Yeah, I kind of know what to expect. Now, I appreciate you, but it's like when I'm with you, when I'm with another person, it's kind of like, wow. Like, just,
Hmm.
wow, like you get some butterflies, man. Man, you get some butterflies. It'd be going crazy. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I might think about dating senior year of college, maybe junior, senior year, freshman, sophomore. That I'm gonna treat it just like we're gonna treat it. In my opinion, I'm gonna treat it just like it was high school. My
Yeah.
status in terms of our status in high school never really could like when I was a freshman, I was a freshman. I didn't really care, but I knew people wasn't gonna give me that same respect. Then I'll see a sophomore. Well, sophomore just like the middle class. Nobody likes being a
Yeah.
sophomore, man. I didn't even like being a sophomore. Wait, then it was a junior, and then now here we are as seniors. A couple more months left, and then we're out to college. So
It's served.
yeah, just like that. Like, 4 years really blew by.
Oh yeah.
Just really looking back at it, like it's like the
Time flies.
first day of school, we were just freshmen, and now we're at this point now.
Yeah.
So, But hey, you grow, you mature, you evolve. So you know when they be coming like the New Year's and they be saying New Year, new me. I'm like, New Year, new you. Just New Year, same me, but improve. Just say improve. You ain't
Yeah,
gotta say new me. Just say same me, but improve. Improve. You ain't gotta say. Why do people say new me? I, New me. Like, what does that mean?
it's
What
I guess new character or
new
something.
kid? Nah. Unless things went really bad, then I don't know. But like, nah,
Yeah,
people crazy. But yeah, I might low key post this one though. Cause like the sports one, there was like nothing to talk about today, so I might
mhm.
post this one. Yeah,
I mean, you could post both.
yeah. The love doctor. There's people out there who call themselves a love doctor. It's kind of like, what? Love doctor? Come
I
on.
mean, maybe they're good. I'm not gonna judge
Hey,
them.
some people smooth when it comes to dating. It's kind of like, oh, okay, okay. I see how you handling it, but it's crazy. But it's gotta be happy, man. And it's gotta feel appreciated. Be
Yeah,
happy, be appreciated, and just do fun things. Just be happy,
yeah,
be appreciated, be thankful. Always pray for that person. Just like so overall, just seek happiness. Don't
yeah,
stay in a relationship because you feel forced to be in a relationship. Don't do that. Get out before it's too late because it's gonna get to a point where things are gonna end ugly, and
oh
then
yeah,
So hey, when you feel like it ain't feel like it ain't it. Simple.
yeah.
That's why a lot of people, it's kind of like I be seeing, especially when we have like what things are back to normal. Normally, I be scanning through in the hallways, be going to my classes. I be seeing these two people holding hands one week. Like 2 weeks later, I'm seeing him holding hand with another girl, and I'm kind of, whoa, what happened?
Yeah,
And kind of like, yeah, man, we didn't
man.
work out. It wasn't great. Stuff like I'm like stuff like that. Dude, it's crazy though. Like high school love is just the most confusing love I've seen because
No cap.
it's unique. It's really it can be really toxic, really bad, but also really unique in a way
Hmm.
that it can change a person legitimately about your choices and what you got to do to improve. Especially after breakups, like you know what you need to improve on. You know what you got to do so that in the next one you avoid doing what you did last time, but then just grow as you just gotta grow as a person, man. After breakups, just you know that you messed up and then now you're gonna grow and you're gonna be even better. You're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna do what I did the last relationship. I'm gonna grow from it. I'm gonna be a lot better. That's why you gotta tell yourself. You gotta be confident. You gotta have that swagger.
Hmm.
You gotta have that thought in your head, and it's kind of like, yeah, I got that swagger with me. I got that mentality. Swagger ain't really much. I heard this from a great player. Like Swagger ain't having a Supreme backpack or having your shoes untied. Heard this is not my quote, by the way. It's not my quote. Heard this from a great player. Swagger ain't about having a Supreme backpack or having your shoes untied. Swagger is just kind of like your mentality and how you carry yourself. It ain't even got to be about style. It got to be how you carry yourself and how you think of yourself in that manner. So if you're a guy out there who getting all the
Yeah,
girls, man, you got a pretty fly swagger. You got that
yeah,
swagger mentality. But if you don't, now obviously you're not trying to get every girl. You're just trying to get one. Like
yeah,
in 10 girls, I'm just trying to get the one. I'm not trying to go to every single. I'm just trying to get one. So like
yeah.
people telling me out here, well, I'm gonna get 30 more females, or I can get more females. And it's kind of like, yeah, you're right. But all I need is just that one. I don't need to go for
Yeah,
30 females. I just need one.
yeah,
You can go to 30 females all you want. I don't care. But I just need the one. So but just people just gotta be happy, man. You gotta be happy. Don't put yourself in a bad spot. Don't be in a toxic environment, in a toxic relationship with a toxic person. Just don't. Because then you just gotta, yeah, because then you just gotta handle it the right way, and so. But you gotta leave that relationship knowing the fact that you changed. You might have not done anything in that toxic relationship that it was the other person, but you know that you gotta change. You gotta change some things. You gotta improve. So it's man, I'm just inspirational, but I ain't no love doctor. So, but I'm just saying what I gotta say. It's a single man at the end of the day, taking a lot of lessons from people, but ain't gonna experience it. I ain't gonna do anything just
Yeah.
yet. Well, that's pretty much it, man. Next week, we'll see what happens next week. By this time, the trade deadline is gonna go through.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what teams do. We'll see where teams are. Maybe a team. We'll see if any team made any moves. We'll see if teams stayed the same. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna be buying. We're gonna be selling during that time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything else, man?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, this wasn't a sports related little episode. This is kind of pretty much, you know, trying to get people would just be happy. What happened to being happy? You gotta be moody all the time. People go through a lot of things, but you just gotta be happy in the end of this. This gotta be the key motto. Just be happy. What happened to being happy? Why people gotta be so down all the time? Everyone goes through something, but it's just a matter of the support that you have throughout. So, all right, bro. God, the Rockets stink.